we got this about arenas, and we've got the WNBA themselves, the owners. Oh, they're about to play some hardball. They've said, we're not going to lock out. We're going to go into a status quo. So what are they about to do? They're about to tempt these players with some money. You want to see a fracture in the Players Association? Adam Silver is about to play serious hardball.
Have you ever seen someone smile politely right before flipping the board? That's the WNBA owners right now. Calm on the surface, ruthless underneath. They're preparing to roll out free agency qualifying offers, and this isn't some routine paperwork move, it's a calculated power play. This decision reaches way beyond contracts. It's about leverage, control. Careers being steered before players even realize the game has shifted. Some benefit quietly. Others get boxed in with fewer options than they expected. And that's exactly the point. This isn't basketball anymore. It's chess, and ownership just moved first.
Money talks, BS walks. And though the league and the players have not come to terms on a new collective bargaining agreement, the league and the owners are giving the general managers a clear message. Send out free agent offers anyway. Maybe if we dangle some dollars in front of these players' faces, they're more likely to say, I can go for a paycheck right now. Oh, I know we're all strong on this front, but I'm kind of hungry for a meal.
The main event didn't make noise. It didn't have to. It quietly kicked the door open and made one thing crystal clear. The adults in the room were done letting the kids play with the thermostat. After years of polite nodding, WNBA ownership finally looked up and realized the players' union had been steering negotiations like a bumper car with a blindfold on. And just like that, the tone changed.
Line says, WNBA is telling teams they can send free agent offers amid CBA uncertainty. Guys, teams are about to start sending out free agent offers to players. No, you're going to have some players that hadn't been making much money all of a sudden look up and they're like, oh, well, wait a minute. What now? Once they start seeing actual figures...
What started as a familiar, reasonable push for better pay has quietly mutated into a full-blown act of self-sabotage, dressed up as moral superiority. And now, as consequences show up uninvited, everyone involved is acting stunned. Like this wasn't the most predictable outcome imaginable. Somewhere along the way, the conversation stopped being about sustainable growth or long-term stability. It turned into an all-you-can-grab buffet, where everyone piled their plates high without bothering to check whether the restaurant was still profitable.
Oh, it means so much to me. WNBA telling teams they can send free agent offers amid CBA uncertainty. The league has called every team to tell them they can send offers to free agents during the status quo period. Sources tell Front Office Sports, but players are unlikely to sign anything in this limbo. Now, at first glance, you could be asking yourselves, well, if there's no CBA agreement, why would the owners even...
The league was handed momentum, visibility, and new fans on a silver platter. And instead of protecting it, the response was to flip the table and argue over who deserved the silverware. That isn't leverage. That's a demolition project with great branding. What's most fascinating is the confidence behind it, as if an alternate universe exists where replacement leagues instantly materialize with infrastructure, revenue, and relevance already baked in. The idea that another league is waiting in the wings to absorb talent, money, and attention has been treated like a security blanket. The problem is that the blanket is made of wet tissue paper. Arenas don't exist for ideology, they exist to make money. The same buildings that host games also host concerts, conventions, monster trucks, and anything else that signs a check without threatening a labor dispute. When dates aren't locked in, they get sold. And once they're gone, they don't come back just because someone finally decided to compromise.
Rightly ran organization across our sports in America, the WNBA and WNBPA find themselves at a bit of a standstill as the CBA negotiations, they went unanswered. And we all predicted this, guys. We know that the owners are talking common sense, and common sense isn't registering with female athletes who probably left college with not the best GPA, not knowing how to conduct proper business.
This is the moment ownership stopped smiling politely and chose to play hardball. The kind that doesn't need a lockout announcement or a dramatic press conference. Instead of shutting everything down, the league went with a far more effective strategy. Lean into the legal framework already in place and let the process keep moving without a new agreement. The result is a chess move disguised as paperwork, and it's devastatingly efficient. Under labor law, once an agreement expires, certain mechanisms can continue unless both sides agree to freeze them. Free agency qualifying offers fall squarely into that category. It's easy to take a hard line when the fight lives in press releases and social media posts. It gets much harder when a player who has never seen real money is suddenly staring at an offer that could fundamentally change their financial reality. Ideology has a way of wobbling when rent, security, and long-term stability enter the room.
Today is January the 11th. On this day, we're supposed to have WNBA free agency negotiations happening today. Now, it's supposed to go on from today, I believe, till February the 6th. Now, as of right now, like I stated, we haven't got any update on any free agency news. Now, with that being said, an article has been released talking about WNBA stars reportedly won't sign contracts until CBA deal is agreed upon.
The union's attempt to downplay this move has been as predictable as it is unconvincing. Framing free agency activity as meaningless without a new agreement conveniently ignores one simple fact. Humans respond to real, tangible opportunities. Calling it pointless doesn't stop anyone from doing the math. And math is undefeated. When the numbers start looking like life-changing income instead of symbolic progress, the narrative shifts, whether anyone wants it to or not. What makes this situation explosive is the range of players involved. The league isn't just a roster of stars with endorsement deals and international paychecks. Many players have spent years grinding for modest salaries, and those players are far less likely to treat a qualifying offer as an abstract concept. When someone scraping by suddenly sees a path to genuine financial security, solidarity gets complicated fast. The genius of this approach? It doesn't require drama, threats, or force. Ownership is simply letting the existing system run its course while the union argues over whether it should be happening. That imbalance alone generates tension. One side is facing immediate opportunity, while the other is trying to maintain collective resolve against powerful individual incentives.
Just a random thought, but I think that even Caitlin Clark at this point, at least she understands. And I know a lot of people feel like Caitlin Clark is, the put on the pedestal, she's the flower child and whatnot, but we've seen reports where she's come out and said, yeah, I get what's going on and we do need to be paid, but at the same time, we need to play basketball, okay? She's between a rock and a hard place. If you ask me, is either she complies or next season she's going to get blacked out.
This dynamic gets even more compelling when you consider players on the brink of major pay bumps under the frameworks already discussed. Even if the exact numbers haven't been finalized, just knowing that such opportunities exist shifts expectations dramatically. Once someone believes they're worth significantly more, waiting stops feeling strategic and starts feeling like self-denial. From a negotiation standpoint, this is exactly the pressure that accelerates outcomes. Urgency replaces posturing. Players seeking clarity, security, and momentum become motivated to push for resolution rather than escalate conflict. Meanwhile, without a finalized agreement, confirming dates, planning logistics, and coordinating with venues becomes increasingly precarious. Arenas aren't sentimental. They don't hold weekends out of loyalty. As those dates start slipping away, the consequences hit hard and fast. A season without a schedule isn't a season at all. Each lost date compounds the complexity of what comes next, adding cost, stress, and uncertainty. Eventually, it becomes painfully clear. Push too hard and you risk losing more than leverage, you risk the very foundation of the season itself.